Hey guys, Common Sense Outdoorsman here. I'm sitting out here in my backyard. My wife and I have been blessed we've lived on the park here, Mueller State Park, for this is more than 2 years now. So this is literally my backyard, and it's been great. This is my fourth year working here as we've been traveling around in our RVs. We kind of landed here, and summer has finally landed this weekend. So now it's officially summer and it's just beautiful out, absolutely gorgeous. Um, and yeah, we've definitely been blessed to live here. But what I want to talk about today is small knives, some small knives that I have. So this is going to be a knife talk video, nothing special, nothing great. If you don't like knife talk, then tune off, I guess. But it's just a great day. I figured I'd just set out here, get my table, and talk about small knives. And the feature knife, and these are, I guess you can consider them all to be belt knives, but the feature knife is going to be the Uncle Henry. This is the last knife I have in my Uncle Henry series to talk about. This is the 301 UH. It's a Skinner caping knife, and I got this one on my belt, but it makes a great EDC knife. Nice typical Uncle Henry chestnut brown leather sheath, works great. Excellent as an EDC knife also. Don't even know it's there. But yeah, this is meant to be a little Skinner caping knife. It does have the next gen staglon handles on there, and next gen means it's white and brown instead of that older yellow and brown. But I like them both. I'm kind of a sucker for the staglon. If you've watched my other Uncle Henry videos, I kind of like it. 7CR17 MOV steel. This next gen model is 1100092. That's what they have on the Ricasso there. And it's pinned on. It does have a lanyard hold. The scales are rounded, very comfortable. You do have to choke up on it to get your full hand on it, although you could go back there and your pinky's going to hang off a little bit. This one came, and it's sometimes with Uncle Henry, it's hit or miss on the edges. This one for a little caping knife, little caping knife, the edge came a little fat, so I'm in the process of taking care of that. But they're 7CR17. I've said it before. Heat treated properly, it's perfectly fine. It's going to work perfectly fine. But these little knives, and I have a selection of others that I'll show you, although this is the featured one. I mean, you don't always have to have a big knife, okay? It's not always about the huge survival type knife. I would be perfectly comfortable if, I got stuck out and this was the knife that I had. I'd be perfectly fine with it. Would I rather have a bigger knife if I was to actually select my survival knife? Yeah, it would be different than this one. But these little knives, you can't do everything a big knife can do, but you can do a lot and use different techniques, and you'll be perfectly fine. And the blade that's a 3 millimeter thick stock blade, so it's fairly strong. It's full tang. So with a knife like this, you're going to be able to do a lot with this knife. And makes a great carver. When you put your finger on that choil, it really carves nice. It's comfortable to use. I'm not through with the edge. It doesn't have the perfect edge yet, but I'm getting there. I do all my edge work by hand. But it's an enjoyable knife just to sit around. That's what I'm doing today. Just to sit around and carve with. I've got to lift this up a little higher to get it in the camera. But yeah, you know, this isn't a knife you're gonna go ape doo-doo on. It's just not that kind of a knife. But for carving, a little bushcraft type task, a little EDC carry knife, utility knife, it'll take care of all of that. So the Uncle Henry 301 UH next gen scales, fantastic little knife. And so I've collected a lot of small knives over the years, and I like them very much. They're nice and easy to carry, just enjoyable. Oh, and there goes one of them on the floor. Let me get that. You know, it's not always about the big knife. Sometimes it's just fun to have a smaller knife. You don't always need a knife. This is my Lothar knife I reviewed a little bit ago. This is over 10 inches. The blade is about 5 1/4. Nice heavy duty D2 steel, survival type knife. And this is something like I may choose this knife, although D2 isn't always my first choice. It's fine when heat treated right, but yeah, so this is a survival knife. But sometimes you just want to rock a smaller knife. And I'll show you some of these. This is my Schrade, and I've reviewed this one before. This is the SCH F16. Okay, fantastic little knife, 9CR18 MOV steel. They really did a good job with this knife, and all of these knives they're all inexpensive. They're all sub, sub 30. Most of them are sub $20, but and they're all small blades. 3 of them are exceptions. I'll do those last, a little bit bigger, but these are all under 8 inches. So this little Schrade is right at 7 inches, and the blade is just a hair over 3 inches. With a knife like this, I mean, that's all you need. Comes with a neck style carry, a Kydex sheath. I put those are pistol holster straps. I just put them on there to scout carry it on my belt. But yeah, look at that. I mean, what a great little knife. Has a little weight to it, this one. Full tang, it's solid. G10 handles, but it fits in the hand, and yeah, it's ready to do a lot of work. So this one, all these knives I like to carry them. I like to use them. This is more of a special. This is probably, for my small knives I got here today, this is the most expensive one, I would say. This is the Mora 125th anniversary knife. I did a little video on this one. Little small knife. I think this blade is just barely over, let's see, oh, it's about 3 1/4, so that's about a 3 1/4 inch blade. Great little Mora carving knife. That's 14C 28N steel. It's about, I think it's about 2.5 millimeters thick. Wonderful little leather sheath to carry it in. Just a nice little combo. Perfect carving, a little tiny bushcraft, lightweight bushcraft knife utility. It does all that. And this is number 739 out of like 1800 and whatever the year they figured that they first started. They do that many knives when they have a limited edition. But I think I paid, did I pay for this thing? I think I paid somewhere around 50. And even though I use this one, I take care of it, but I bet if you can find a new one of these, it's gonna be around $100, I bet. But anyways, yeah, nice little stainless steel carry knife. Here's one that this one starred in my knife sharpening series, my long-winded knife sharpening series, and this is a Master Cutlery knife. And it's a cool knife, 440C steel. It's the name, the company is Elite Tactical. It says United States Marine Corps. Elite Tactical. It's the M1022BK. Okay. And yeah, what does that mimic? That kind of looks like the SE3 or the Rat 3, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's how they made it. But a great little knife. This is not the sheath. It came with the typical another nylon sheath. But I like this is from a Real Avid knife. It kind of just so happens that it fits in this sheath kind of nice, and it gives it a nice carry position. So I put it in that sheath. But so again, just a small knife. How big is this one? This one is this is just under a 4-inch blade. That includes the finger choil. If you take out the choil, you got a 3.5-inch blade. Okay, so comfortable. When you choke up, comfortable. Just a nice, good working knife. That's probably about, I think that's about 4.5, maybe 4.5 millimeter thick stainless steel stock lanyard hole. But I enjoy this knife. I've worked on the edge, as you've seen in my knife sharpening video, and yeah, Master Cutlery. I have other Elk Ridge is Master Cutlery, and some other knives that I can't remember exactly the brands, but they do, for the steels they use 440C, a lot of 440A, that kind of thing. They do a good job on their heat treat, and their steels are just fine. And this knife also, they don't make this anymore, but you can find, I think you might be able to find it. Now they have knives like this under other brands and other Chinese makers and stuff, but you can find them like this, and yeah, it's not the SA, it's not the Rat, but it's perfectly fine, and I really enjoy this knife. I think I paid, back in the day, I paid like maybe 22 bucks for this knife. So another cool option there. Here's another knife that's discontinued from Condor. Condor, for me, I love them. I love the designs, especially Joe Flowers' designs. But sometimes you just receive one and you're like, oh my gosh, what in the world are they thinking with that edge? This is the Mayflower. Okay, this is a 7-inch knife. The blade is just over 3 inches, maybe about 3.25 inch. This is the first version model. This is a micarta handle with 420 high carbon steel. Then they switched them to walnut handles and 440C steel, and now I think they're discontinued. You might be able to still find them somewhere, but wonderful little knife. I did have to spend some time. I still need to get that edge down, but this edge was square when I got it. It was really disappointing, but I can take care of that, so I've worked at it, and so I got a nice workable edge there now. And again, this is a small, I guess you could say, a small bushcraft knife, and just a nice carving knife. You could come up with some way to, you could put a lanyard on that and hang this around your neck, make it a neck knife, I guess, if you wanted to. The best thing about this knife, well, a lot of good things, but I love this wonderful leather sheath. Look at that, fantastic. Love that style. Great little sheath that fits in there, holds it tight, not going to come out. Condor does a lot of good things, and then they do a lot of weird things. Nice lanyard hole. Yeah, really like this knife. This is a really nice to carry. It's just that nice size that it's big enough you can get your whole hand barely on that handle, and nice and compact, and just a wonderful knife to carry and carve with. You got a little knife in your hand, you just want to cut wood. Yeah, very nice little knife there. Condor Mayflower. Look around, you may be able to still find them somewhere, I don't know, but pretty sure they did discontinue these knives. And then my old standby is another Uncle Henry. This has been in other videos. This is the Pro Hunter Mini PH2N. Again, this is the old staglon type of handle, and nice, I don't know if that's brass or nickel silver bolsters, but really well done. You can see the pins in there. It's a full tang knife, comes with that little leather sheath, but this is just another perfect size for a small knife. This one is just shy of 7 inches. The blade is just a hair under 3 inches. Just a perfect little knife. You can do a lot of things with this knife. Really enjoy carrying and using this knife. And then it's got the perfect little Uncle Henry chestnut brown sheath. Works great. No problems at all with this knife. Very enjoyable. But let's look at a couple other. These are the bigger small knives, but this is the Mora 511. This is the one with the guard, and this one's just over the whole knife is just over 8 inches, so a little bit bigger, but it just has that small knife feel. This is the high carbon model. I do have a stainless steel one also, but a little knife like this, I mean, you just can't beat that. You can do all sorts of things with that. Slighter blade, that's only about a 2 millimeter thick blade, but wonderful little knife to use. And again, if this was the only knife I have and this is what I had to rely on, I'd have no problem with this knife. Your typical Mora case, no problem. And these knives, easy. I mean, I always talk about knife sharpening. I don't know, people have so many problems taking care of their knives. Even just a little ceramic rod like this. This is the Lansky Sharp Stick, okay, ceramic rod. Once your knife is sharpened the way you want it and you don't destroy the edge, all you have to do, guys, I have to get up. I mean, it just takes a few easy strokes. You don't even have to, when you have a ceramic coning rod like this, you don't even have to have a strop, because it'll take care of that for you just about, okay? I don't know, you may want your knives to be scary, insane sharp, and you may have the mad scientist sharpening room at home and all kinds of it, and I mean, whatever knocks your socks off. I tried to come up with the method to maintain your knife so easily and simply and keep a good cutting edge on it. I'm not looking to cut through time and space all the time. But once you have the grind and edge on your knife you like, and you're out and you use it, even you know, I've broken, if you drop these, they can break, and I've got little pieces, and just take a little piece of the ceramic rod with you. What you can do is just get a little stick, make a little board, cut a little notch in it, put your rod down in that notch, and then you can, when you're in the field, you can take care of your knife edge. But the trick, once you have the edge you want on your knife, it's just nice and easy, guys. It's not, you're not trying to, you know, you're not trying to go crazy, just nice and easy. Same thing if you strop your knife. Once you get that edge on there, you like, just nice, you can do it like a barber. Don't worry about it rolling over the edge. Just go nice and easy. Hold the belt tight, pull it tight, and just nice and easy. Put some compound on there, and you'll maintain your edge just fine. But this knife that I got in my hand, this one, I don't know if it's been discontinued years ago. This is the Kershaw Antelope Hunter. They make a bigger one called the Bear Hunter. And I first saw this knife, I think Nothing Fancy reviewed it years ago. And just a simple HCR 13 MOV blade, but and this is a little bit bigger. It's just over 8 inches, but I really like that handle. What are they? It's like a Craton type handle, that hard rubber. And yeah, it does have the finger grooves, but it fits my hand perfectly. Okay, weighs nothing. I mean, can't weigh much more than 3 ounces. And just a good all-around. It's meant to be a hunting knife, but yeah, could you do some bushcraft tasks? You know, it's got a slight tip, so you got to watch it. It's probably maybe 3 to 3.5 millimeters thick. You're not going to go crazy with it. It is a full tang one though. If you can find these knives anywhere online, I would definitely recommend them. Very comfortable. The Bear Hunter is the bigger one. This is the smaller one, but just love the way it fits my hand, and comes with a nice leather sheath. I think at one time, before they did away with them, I think if I remember right, they changed the sheath to a hard case sheath, a plastic sheath, if I remember right. But just fits in the sheath wonderfully, easy to carry. Really like this for a smaller knife. Just a good all around. HCR 13, very tough steel. It doesn't hold an edge, doesn't have long edge holding. Okay, even the Buck 420 high carbon will hold its edge longer than this, but I learn to sharpen. Okay, but tough steel. Okay, so it works out good. Here is this is a funny little knife, but I really like this. This is the Rapala bait knife. Okay, it weighs nothing. Maybe even with that little plastic sheath on there, maybe it's 2 ounces, 2¼ ounces. I don't know. Weighs nothing. It's the knife is a little more than 8 inches. A little bait knife. It does have the lanyard hole, but comes with a nice Scandi grind on there. A little descaler on the top. Really a nice knife to carry. Good little utility knife. You can do some slight bushcraft work with it, and it just makes fantastic curls. And it's just a simple stainless steel edge, and I think, yeah, these are done in China. It says Rapala, but they're not done by Martini. These are made in China, but just a nice little light thing to carry, enjoyable knife. You can still get these. They still have these. You can still get these. They'll be on Amazon. I don't know. I think when I got them, I paid like $5 or $6. They're probably closer to 10, maybe 12. I don't know, but it's like a little more. Definitely worth the money. So, what else do I have here? That's all I have. So yeah, guys, don't go crazy with sharpening your knives. I mean, simple, simple, simple. It's unless you have to have that mad scientist perfect edge on there, just go easy. Simple. Don't spend a lot of money, and you can take care of that knife edge. So there you go, guys. Just some of my small knives. Hope you enjoyed that little knife talk. I'm enjoying today. I'm enjoying the weather. So thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to everyone who supports my channel. I really enjoy doing this, and I really appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you later.